Hey guys, Civilord here, back in with another action figure review, and today we will actually be wrapping up my looks at the Transformers Titans Return Deluxe class Decepticon Headmasters with good old Twinferno here. This guy, of course, brought to us by the fine folks over at Hasbro, as well as my good buddy wmpyr, just like the other three Headmasters that came before him. So click the link in the description below, head on over to his channel, give him a follow, let him know I sent you. He does all kinds of cool martial arts and I think horror movie related things. And when I was putting the other three Headmaster Decepticons away, he informed me that they are just Decepticon Headmasters, not a specific team like Terracons or something. In fact, I think Terracons is Abominus. Which we need a redo of that. That would be really cool. But either way, I digress. When he informed me that they were just Decepticon Headmasters, I decided, you know what? Screw it. I'm going to get this guy out. I'm going to add him to the mix because he's the only other one I have other than the Leader Class Overlord, which he's in storage somewhere. I don't know where he's at. But, you know, of course I got Overlord because, well, channel name, and he showed up where I used to work at, ye old TJ Maxx, for a whopping $10. So, granted, he doesn't have the stickers on his arms because they just kind of peeled off because that's how good they were. But at any rate, he has all of his other stickers, so sue me. But we got Twinferno here. He's cool, two-headed dragon, Decepticon. So we are going to take a look-see at him just like we did the other ones. Now, unfortunately, the other ones are put away, as I mentioned, except for Wolf Wire, Weird Wolf, whatever, because I still need the old man to modify that back panel. But the other two, I transformed and put them into storage, and I'm not taking them out. So rest assured, we will still be taking a look-see at this guy alongside our two regulars. And, you know, at the end of the day, a size comparison is better than no size comparison at all, isn't it? If not, well then, suck it. This is my channel. So, as far as his accessories go, he's got these two blasters. They do connect together. Probably so you could store it in dragon mode, I imagine. But we'll look at that a little later. Granted, this is not the strongest connection. I can just do that and they pop apart, but it is what it is. It's fine. It gets the job done. But it is just a basic double cannon there that turns into two pistols. Now, taking a closer look at him, he does, of course, have his headmaster. Boop. This little teeny guy here. Let's fold his legs down. Ooh. He's got tight legs. And just like the other ones, his head will rotate. His arms will rotate. Oh, his can move a little bit further up so he can go. And then his legs move back and forth, and then he does have bending knees here, which were very squeaky initially, and it seems to have loosened up some now, so that's cool, I guess. But putting that there, I'm gonna fold this back up. There you go. And there is his headmaster. Now, question to anyone that's in the know. Do the headmasters have a different name than the robots they connect to? I forget if I asked this question before, but somebody let me know. It'd be nice to know. I know in Transformers Animated, when that one guy made the Galactus-looking headmaster, he was a completely different character because he merged with Bulkhead and was like controlling him for a while, but or his body at least. But that was a funny way to implement that. But there we go. Now it's in there. But as far as his articulation goes, his head is of course on a little ball joint. Works fine. His wings will flap back and forth, not very tight, which is good. You don't want it to break. Arms will swivel up and down, hinge out to the side. He does have a single jointed elbow. Now, it does have a bicep swivel, so you can get the elbow to actually bend the right way, but then you're stuck with this dragon head still in like the arm curler position. Kind of sucks, although I feel like this is how they always are, so it's been a while since I looked at that Dragon Megatron or even the T-Rex one that had like the head on the arm, but at any rate, I don't think Scorn from last night, that's what it was, or Age of Extinction had that though, so that's interesting. Of course, you saw me open up the dragon head. You can do that if you want. No ports in there or anything, but he does have the peg holes for his guns on the side of the head, which does kind of work and does kind of not work. It's not the tightest thing ever. He doesn't have a waist twist, which kind of sucks, but he does have this little flip-up panel so you can kick his legs forward, back, out, down, thigh cut. Single jointed knee, very loose though. Not the tightest thing ever. And then his feet just kind of rotate. They are on ball joints, I think, but they don't do a lot. And then this side likes to stay down. This side likes to flop down. You can see it's like a reverse rocker. If he only had a waist twist, you could flip this around and then get a rocker out of that maybe, but unfortunately, no dice. So, not the best in terms of execution, but I think in terms of concept, he's probably the coolest. He's a two-headed Decepticon dragon guy with a pretty cool name, Twinferno. That's clever, I'll give him that. But, yeah, man, he's just a little loose in the knees, which seems to be a trend with these, because wasn't Skull Crusher pretty loose in the legs, too? But there you go. There is Twinferno. He is cool, but not perfect, but, you know. It's a little bit better off than some, we'll say. Bringing in our two regulars. We got the Mythic Legion's Brad the Mandibulith. And the infamous 11 Spawn. As usual, towers over everyone. So, with that being said, it's time now that we wrap things up with some final thoughts. Overall, and while he may not be my absolute favorite in terms of the Decepticon Headmasters we've taken a look at for good old Halloweeny, I think that title still belongs to Weird Wolf and or Wolfwire, despite the fact that, yeah, his back panel needs to be modified. I will still say that good old Twinferno here, on paper, really cool concept. I love me a double-headed dragon Decepticon, and this guy is a double-headed dragon Decepticon. Really, my only gripes with this figure are his weapons, his arm articulation, and how he holds his weapons. Not the best, I will say, and that's unfortunate because I think his robot mode is, for the most part, pretty solid. I like that he keeps his bat wings, or his dragon wings, on his back. He's got really good proportions, and for the most part is articulated enough. I think there are enough points, they just don't move the way you would want them to, if that makes sense. That said, should it be also worth noting that he is the only one I've looked at that does not have a waist swivel for some reason. So, with that being said, before we wrap this up, I think it is time now that we take a look at said double-headed dragon mode. And as promised, here's a closer look at good old Twinferno in his twin-headed dragon mode. Looking pretty, I don't know, kaiju-esque at a third head, and we have a rip-off Ghidorah. That said, I will say this version's a little bit more stable, despite what you may believe. Or think, perceive, I guess is a better way to put it. His cannon plugs onto the back, kind of points upward like a turret. He still has the same wing hinges as before, but now he has little T-Rex arms. They're just on little ball joints And because his dragon heads become the arms, he's got the same articulation that he did in robot mode. So he has a hinge there, swivel, there's a little bit of tilt side to side. And of course the dragon head will hinge. And you can of course open the mouth like so. Which is pretty sick. He also has a little bit of leg movement. Just a little swivel here. Almost a ball joint, but not quite. He does have a knee hinge. Not the tightest thing. And then his foot can be flattened out or posed more like a heel. But this is basically how you want to pose him. You could probably set him on all fours, to be honest with you. I don't think that's too difficult. But it's a little easier to get him to stand like this, as opposed to on all fours, especially since his top arms here, the claws, are more closed like fists. It does feel like he has like 3mm ports in his claws too, so if that's something you're interested in, you could definitely do that. But standing him back up here, that is Twinferno in a nutshell. Really cool. I think maybe a little better on paper than in execution. I feel like a Voyager class probably would have been better for this guy, but it is what it is. I like him. I'm happy to have him. I will put him with the other Decepticon headmasters, and that is that. So with that being said, hope you guys enjoyed this review. Until next time, I'll catch you guys later.